Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our morning Kickstart right here on the Resilience Talk Network. We love that you're joining us, and we appreciate everybody out there who's listening to it. I'm Jay.
And I'm Brad.
And we're still here.
4-letter word, starts with B, never changes. Anyway.
Anyway, so I'm just going to jump right into with our positive quote for today from Steve Jobs.
Okay.
Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know it when you find it. So that's an amazing thing to me. Do what you love.
Yeah, do what you love, the rest will follow.
That's right.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people out there that didn't like Steve Jobs, but then there's a lot of people who looked up to him. But you can't take that away from him. He definitely was creative.
Yep.
I'll never forget when they launched the iPad and somebody in the audience asked him, well, or it was that, or either he just posed the question, what are you going to do with this? And he says, I don't know. So
yeah.
But how many people rely on them now is
look what they do now. Look at all the apps that people have written for them and all the things they do. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. Okay, you ready for our tip for the day?
I am.
All right, this is step number 5 in the principles of planning. As always, if you're just tuning into this one, go back and listen to the other ones. You'll want them. They need to be done in a specific order. Now, this one here, step number 5, is to list your action procedures. Now, I'll clarify what that is. These are terms that I've made up so people can understand this. Okay, because action procedures, it still goes along with what we talked about yesterday, how you still need to break it down to things that you have control of. But see, many of the things that we do every day, we set goals, we set tasks, but many of them we set without understanding that we may or may not have control over them. Okay. Well, the goals that we make that we don't have control over right now, I put those in a category I call production measures. Okay, let me explain that. It's just like this. We're looking for a job. I used to work for but I had a contract with a government agency, and they were talking about, whether they should punish people if they, if they're getting their unemployment and they require them to go out and look for jobs. And they were asking, well, I think we should require these people to at least get 3 or 4 interviews every week. Well, I had to stop them and say, wait a minute here. Let's think about this, because you're setting them up to fail. Because if the economy's down, if things aren't good in your neighborhood, you have zero control on how many interviews you can get in a week.
Yeah.
Because if people aren't interviewing, they're not interviewing. So what are you supposed to do? You see what I mean? So that's what I call a production measure. Yes, you want to get to the interviews. So let's do an action procedure that leads to the production measure. Does that make sense? So the action measure is I can put in 5 applications a day. That is something I can do. I can put the applications out there, put out 5 applications a day, and then set some time the next week to continue to put those out and to follow up. Now, if you do those action procedures, guess what? You're going to get your 2 or 3 interviews a week, which is your production measure. Does that make sense? But think about all the things you set out to do. I set out today to do, some specific things, but do you really have control over it or not? If not, you're going to get frustrated and throw your hands up in the air. It always needs to be something that you control. All right. Something you can be guaranteed of. So anyway, that's your tip for the day. It's kind of short and sweet, but start looking at things like that. Don't get discouraged when you're set out to do things every day and it doesn't happen. Well, again, if it's somebody else, I'm going to contact this person and I'm going to do a sale this week. Are they going to be there or are they not? You see what I mean? But if you keep making calls, keep sending emails, keep having contacts that way, those are things you can control. Eventually it'll lead to the sale. So anyway. All right.
Okay. Today is something that I have done several times in my life. Today is National Third Shift Day. and
Third
celebrate
shift. So we're talking
midnight to early morning.
okay.
Those
So 11 to
overnight,
7, huh? Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
those late nighters that um, really mess with your brain. I think sometimes.
Yeah, they do. I don't
People
ever
can
get,
do that.
I don't think your body ever adjusts to them.
Yeah, some people can do it. I cannot. But
Yeah.
anyway, today on May 11th, it falls this year. We take the opportunity to celebrate and thank the people that work throughout the night to keep the community safe while we sleep and continue business operations that are required to run 24 hours. As the majority of us work during the day, some people work through the night to maintain society's emergency infrastructure and other services. So, those nurses, the doctors, the firemen and policemen who are working all through the night, it's a day to day to celebrate those people that work to keep us safe when we're sleeping and to keep things running that have to be running 24 hours a day. So, if you see somebody and you get up early one morning and see somebody working, or if you make that trip to the hospital in the middle of the night, tell those people thanks for being there.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
anyway, that's our kickstart for today. So we'd love to have you give us comments, send us questions. Just let us know how you think we're doing. And we'll see you again tomorrow.
We'll see ya.